Hi everyone, I'm going to talk about some Kanto Pokemon. I will say how I want to buff them overall, and there's a different clauses. I don't want to specify them all right now, so let's get on with it. Now, first off, Venusaur, obviously. Its ability wise, it's fine. Move pool wise, it's also fine. It doesn't really need anything on this move pool. Now, when it comes to stats, I will buff all starters to 540. I think that just makes sense and give some 10 special attack and maybe 2 speed and 3 HP. So Venusaur can actually deal damage. That's about it really, doesn't need that much. Just those small bumps and Mega Venusaur. And Venusaur will be fine, and Mega will move on from that and be even slightly better. Now Charizard, I'll do a slight change to Solar Power. Make it 1.3 times and not be damaged. So it's a lot more versatile that way. Just a small change to make it a more aggressive ability. I'll also modify Air Slash in order for it to become, I don't think it has less, no it does. Make it 80 base power, 100 accuracy, but remove the fleet chance to 20%. It's a lot more barrel move, pretty much a flying type Dark Pulse, which will make a lot more sense from it and a lot more balance, so you actually have a reliable flying type move. Other than that, I mean, obviously still needs some extra stats because it's still not on the 540. So obviously I will maybe put 2 on speed and 4 on special attack. So you know, its speed ties with the Garchomp and that is very good for Mega X. Then everything else just gets a slight bump, you know, 160 something, it's amazing. Now Blastoise, obviously I would want to give it the Steel type, but I don't think Game Freak wants to do that, so I'm going to respect them in that regard, you know, instead of just pushing them forward. Now Rain Dish, I mean, just give it Mega Launcher from the get-go. Just give it Mega Launcher. Buff Water Pulse to 80 base power and keep Bubble Beam and reduce Bubble Beam to 60 and keep them both in the game. I mean, Water types really need a mid power move to spam in doubles, so Water Pulse could be it. And not really much. I mean, Blastoise is also a very fine mon. You know, gets Aura Sphere and stuff like that. With Mega Launcher, it actually deals damage. Now, when you come to its base stats, you know, I could just give 5 to HP and 5 to special attack, and it will be perfectly fine. And its Mega would really benefit from that. You know, 540, 84, and with his defense, it will be amazing. So that's about it, really. I mean, the starters just need a small bump and they'll be fine. Obviously, I think Blastoise, at least the Mega should get the Steel type, if not the regular one. Now, Butterfree. Here comes the first buff that I'll provide that hasn't been used since a long time, which is an exclusive item. It'll make it exclusive per se for Butterfree, just for these kinds of bugs. I know, from this gen will only affect Butterfree and Beedrill, because the point of these mons are to be strong mons that you can get on the early game that will quickly fade out. So having an item that boosts them, that is late game, so they will keep up with the rest of the mons, will be useful. Now the item will give a 50% boost of speed and special attack and nullify other damage. Now this seems broken at first, but you look at its defenses with its HP and the fact that even with the boost, I mean it's good, don't get me wrong, it's very good, especially for a Quiver Dancer. But they still needed something else, so that's why I'm giving the heavy duty boot sting. I mean, move pool wise, you will get the air slash boost, and it doesn't really need anything. It gets Electro Web, Giga Drain, it has Energy Ball, Psychic. Does it have Dark Pulse? No. It doesn't really need anything on move pool wise. It has a very good move pool already. So I think that small buff will be enough, you know. Maybe 5 extra HP just for the lols. Now Vidril is the same, however, the item, I think it should be the same item, just that it was the speed of certain weak bug types for 50% and its highest attacking stat by 50%. So I mean, if you can get Butterfree to have more attack than special attack, then it boosts the attack. Okay. So yeah, Beedrill, 50% boost on speed and attack. It will make it great. It'll make it fine enough. I mean, gets Drill Run. What else does it get that is cool? Axis or Drill Run? It gets a good amount of moves. Now, one thing I might give to Beedrill, because it needs a little bit more than Butterfree. Let's see Butterfree. Yeah, it has, Butterfree has two very good abilities, while Beedrill has two very mid abilities, so it has an ability slot. So we could easily take advantage of that ability slot to give it, what's its name again? Sharpness. X Scissor from Sharpness, it gets, what's the slash name? I think there's a poison slash move. It's not very strong, but I think it exists. Maybe Vidrol doesn't learn it. Just give that move to it. I mean, even if you give it to move is weak, it's like weaker than Poison Jab, so it's mainly for to boost X Scissor. I don't think Drill Run gets the buff from Sharpness. But maybe give it one or two moves to get like Night Slash and stuff, and then it becomes a very fine Pokemon to use. I mean, nothing. I mean, it doesn't want to make it broken, just usable. Now Pidgeot. I am going so down. Now Pidgeot is another one that lacks on the abilities, so let's remove Tangle Feet and just give it no guard from the get-go. So it's more on par with its Mega. With that, Hurricane is a very fine move. Hurricane. Maybe give it a new normal type move that is very powerful. Special attack that can miss. Can make it like a 120-80 move and just give it to him. It can miss, so he gets the advantage of no guard. Now, obviously, what we should focus about are its stats. I'll give it 10 extra to its speed, although I not give 10 extra to its mega, just 9. Put that extra 1 in its defense, because of course. Now, I'll remove 10 from its attack, put it here, and then add 30 more, so it gets 110, 111. It's perfectly fine. And you can remove some special attack to give it to some extra attack and a bit more on these defenses to make it kind of work like that just fine. Make Pidgeot special from the get-go. Like, we have too many physical normal flying types, so Pidgeot being special would really help him out from the get-go. Now, Raticate, it's a very hard one to buff without making it broken. I mean, I could give it an item as well. I could, for example, give it 10 extra speed and give it a Bone Rush item for its attack. That's really everything it will need. Then again, it will miss a bit from the guts, but that's really all it needs, because either that or an evolution, but that will be by passing the Alolan version, which I will not be talking about in here because it's only Kantomons. Now Fearow, it's another easy one. It needs an evolution. That's it. Evolution, they can do whatever they want with its evolution as long as they evolve it. It has a good move pool. You see a Drill Run, a Drill Pack, which is a very rare move. I should have Drill Pack to have a critical chance. It has a fine move pool. Nothing that good, but fine. So giving it an evolution would really help him out. More speed, more attack, more bulk, and a new ability. That's it. Arbok is the same. Needs an evolution, granting it a secondary typing, like Dark or Dragon, and it will be a fine mon. Just increase its attack a bit, give it some extra bulk. It doesn't even need more speed, just an extra bulk, and it's fine. Now, Pikachu. Why the hell does Pikachu not have anything? I mean, seriously, why? Just come here, make this 110, okay? This make it 70, this make it 70. That's it. Pikachu, it's very good now. And obviously, when it evolves into Raichu, it gets a boost to 120. Okay, it's still 495. So with those stats, you can still give it 20 extra to its special attack, and it still will be fine. It won't be broken. It's still a bit it's still fragile overall because it only has 6 HP. But yeah, with 110 it works just fine. Obviously alone will have 115. I mean, okay. So yeah, that's all it needs, you know, nothing much. Now Sun Slash is a very cool design, but I think they can make it cooler, you know. They could evolve it, give it another typing, like Ground and Fire, because it dug into deep. Yeah, Sand Veil, Sand Rush, no secondary regular ability. That's fine. That's fine. Can give it Tough Claws, because the give it Drill Run, which you should probably get it from level up. No, so sad, bro. Give it Drill Run. I mean, this is Pokemon that should get Drill Run. You probably gets it from move tutors. No, no, these egg moves tutors. Yeah, of course. It should be just a level up move. No, it doesn't get Drill Run. What? What? Okay, I give up. Just give it Drill Run. Give it Tough Claws. Maybe it's like a fire type or something like that, and it becomes good with some extra stats. Obviously, it's an evolution, so obviously some more attack. That's oh no, it's very low. I get it's a rather low level Pokemon, so it's a bit stronger than Butterfree, but still weak. Same with Arbok, so giving it an evolution will really help him out. Now, the Nidos. They are almost perfect mons, to be honest. Just a small bump on their stats, and it will be fine. Okay, the Nidoqueen, I'll give it 20 extra HP. And that's about it, really. Doesn't need anything else. Maybe Moonlight, for example, and that's about it. All it needs Moonlight and 20 extra HP. Now the King, I will be a little bit different and give it 20 extra speed. I'll also give it Iron's power and modify the move so it has a 20% chance to decrease the foe's evasion. I mean, overall, it's not a huge change that will break him, not at all. It actually makes the move more reliable, so that's about it, really. With those changes, I mean, I don't think it gets Gunk Shot, so give it Gunk Shot as well. And that's all it needs. All Nidoking needs to be a menace. 105 speed, even though its attacking stacks aren't huge. With the Ior's power being boosted for Share Force and Gunk Shot, you never know which attacking stat we'll be dealing with. Now, Clefable. Clefable has been falling a little bit. It has. So obviously, in terms of stats, I'll give it like 8 defense. 591. So I can still give 10 extra to its special attack and 6 HP. And maybe 5 or 7 attacks just to make it around 520. That's perfectly fine. I mean, I don't think it'll be as centralizing, but it needs the push because of the power creep. Now Ninetales, it's a very disappointing Pokemon. I mean, it's compared in terms of regions with Darkanine, and Darkanine is like 50 points stronger than it, so it really is annoying. So obviously 20 to its special attack, right on the get-go, and 5 HP. Those simple changes are enough for Ninetales to be strong, because it already has a lot of things. I think it has Energy Ball, right? Solar. I mean, Solar Beam with Drought is good, but it does have Energy Ball. So, you guys, Nasty Plot, Energy Ball. And what else does it need? Maybe if you wanna go crazy and give Mystical Fire to Fire version, they could give it like Freeze Dry to the Fire version. So Mystical Fire to the Ice and Freeze Dry to the Fire. If they wanna go crazy, that's about it, really. I mean, one thing I think you should get as well is the Fairy typing. I mean, come on, guys. If this is a Fairy, how the hell isn't this a Fairy? Now, Wigglytuff. You know, the boss, our boss, you know, the leader. Well, he has a good ability in competitive, so it doesn't need anything in there. It only really needs stats. It has a unique typing in normal fairy, so it only needs stats. It's very, 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 very weak. Like, what? 435 only? Yeah, I mean, it's low, very low. So give it 20 special attack, and you still need like 50. You know, 25 defense, 25 special defense, and you're still lacking a bit. You know, so 30 and 30, like 75, 80, 105, and like 75, for example. And it becomes a perfectly fine Pokemon. It really does, with its typing combination and okay stats. Now, I'm not going to talk about Zubat, because its final evolution is a Jotomon, so I don't think it's worth to waste my time in here. And I will do it on the Johto video. Now, Vileplume is another almost great Pokemon, which has been falling to the power creep. Now, Effect Spore is a rather good ability for him. It has a decent move pool. I think it only really needs Earth Power added to it. That's about all the move pool buffs I'll give it, because it got Strain Sap. And it got Moonlight, Toxic. I mean, it's a poison type, so obviously it gets Toxic. Now, stat-wise, I'll give it 15 extra HP. You know, with this it's 505, so you can still at least use 15 or 20 more. I'll go with 20 more. You know, 5, 5, and 10. You know, it becomes a pure tank. Grass poison, pure tank, you know, with that can bait statuses through its ability. It becomes perfectly fine. Especially because it's a rather late stage Pokemon to get, so it's never that bad. Now, Parasect, I mean, look at its stats. Look at its stats. Obviously, I'll give 40 on the HP. You know, 40 extra HP and 15 extra attack. And I'm going to say, yeah, dude, that's still way too low. Yes, it is, but I'll give it an item. What will this item do? It's different from the ones, it's just pure, it's a Mushroom Cloud or something like that, whatever. It will give it a 50% boost to its defenses and immunity to rocks. Just Stealth Rock, nothing else. And you know, with that, I mean, it still won't be good now. I mean, I'm joking. Obviously, it's too hard to pro, so heavy duty boots plus 50% boost on its defenses. It still isn't amazing. You know, it has Dry Skin and Effect Spore, which are two fine abilities. Still nothing amazing, but it will be at least an issue, especially against Kyogre and stuff. Now, Venomoth. Now, here's a Pokemon that's almost amazing. I mean, look at its abilities. Look, it has Shield Boost, Wonder Skin, and Tinted Lens. Like, they went all out with these guys' abilities. And then you go at its stats, and they're very mid. Very, very mid. Now, I don't think I need to give it too much because of its move pool and Tinted Lens, so obviously I'll give 15 speed, 15 special attack, you know. Then I'll give 10 to its attack. With that, I still have 490. So 10 HP and 5 to each defenses. That's all, and it becomes a very threatening Pokemon. It's a faster but weaker Volcarona that it's much harder to switch in, but it doesn't hit as hard, you know. Although you can put an Nitro in front of a Volcarona, it will have a lot harder time against this one. So yeah, now Dugtrio. Dugtrio is a dangerous Pokemon. I'll buff Sandforce. I'll make Sandforce increase the attack, the physical damage by 30% on Sunstorm. You know, instead of this, similar to Solar Power. The Solar Power is special on the Sun. Sandforce is physical on the sand. It makes it perfectly clear. I mean, this guy got a buff to its attack stack to 100, but still extremely weak. You know, but you need to be careful with this guy, especially with boost Sandforce. So only give it 10 extra attack. And then we need to invest everything else on its beautiful bulk, you know. I don't know why they give it so little HP. I mean, 10 HP? Really, Diglett? Holy cow. Okay, I mean, you could just buff its defenses. Now like 10, I still have at least 70 to go. So 25, 25, and maybe give it 10, 10 to HP. 45, still not great. I don't think they want this guy to have a lot of HP, but at least some defenses, you know. Now Persian. Persian is another kind of mod that could work, you know, with a little bit of tweaks. Now the main tweak I'll give it is to give it 45 special attack. You know, it's still 485. 45 special attack and 20 HP. With Technician and some extra cool moves and Nasty Plot, I don't think it gets better, I give it Nasty Plot. It becomes a rather annoying special attacker to deal with, you know, Icy Wind gets boosted, for example. I'll give it back Bubble Beam. I mean, Shockwave, no, I'll Shockwave, I'll boost it to 80 as well. So, I mean, you can always give it Thunderbolt, like it's the same in regards to that. I mean, you see. So yeah, make it a special attacker just to make it a little bit different. And maybe make the Alolan one a physical attacker instead. You know, but I'm not talking about Alola, so I'll save that if I make that video. Now, Golduck is also a mod that's almost cool. You know, it's lacking a bit. It does have 500 BHT, which is quite a lot. When you look at its stats, you don't get that feeling. But again, it suffered from Gen 1, from early Genitis, where they spread their stats a little too much because the physical and special split didn't exist yet when it comes to typing, so nothing much in regard to that. But overall, I'll give it an evolution. You get a secondary typing, neither more attack or special attack, and some extra speed, you know, make it a powerful swift swimmer. It's a neither ability, what? Or a revenge killer on any weather, you know, just give it an extra couple of niches. Now, Monkey, let's be real, Monkey doesn't need anything. You got everything you ever wanted. So, I'm not going to touch that. It's already perfect. Now, Arcanine, when it comes to Arcanine, it's rather hard. I mean, I don't really want to touch it. It's a fine Pokemon, you know. Maybe give it Drill Run, because dogs like to dig, and we can dig around very fast to make the Drill Run. But other than that, I mean, it's very hard to buff him. Very, very hard. Like, can I give it? It does get Morning Sun, Will-O-Wisp. You know, maybe give it Swords Dance. Could help on singles. But that's about it, really. Now the Police. Weirdly enough, Poliwrath was the only one getting buff. They got 10 extra attack, I think. I think it was his gen, actually. But doesn't matter. It's still too low. Need 10 extra attack. Whoa, 10 extra attack. Once again, Gen 1 Itis. Its stats look bad, but it's actually somewhat high with 510. So it still needs 10, I would say 15 extra attack. You know, it's still 525, and then 5 extra speed, and then remove 10 special attack to add with speed. So it's 85 speed, 110 attack, and it's still, I mean, it becomes a bulky attacker. It becomes fine because I think he has a very good move pool already. And with Swift Swim, it becomes a pretty good mon. Now, our boy, Alakazam. Personally, I think he needs some kind of regional variant that gives it a secondary typing. And obviously, its BST still needs a buff to at least 25. I mean, I'll trade evolutions will get buffs like this, but Alakazam, these 3 stats are locked. Let's be honest, they are locked. So I'll personally give 15 HP, 5 defense, so I'm 20, and then 5 attack. That's about it. 70, 50, 55. I mean, it's a small bump. You hardly notice it, to be honest, with Alakazam. Maybe it will sponge special, it's much better, but you not notice too much on the physical side. It's just the type of small buff that Zam needs. And kind of the same with Machamp, although I do give it Mach Punch. Oh, I think I'll give Aura Sphere to Alakazam. I mean, he really needs it. Now, Machamp 505 still needs a buff. You know, I'll give it 10 to attack. Now, before you guys call me crazy, I think Machamp should be stronger than Conkeldurr. So that's that. So 10 attack, and I remain 10 to give it to its speed. It's 65. It's faster than the slow mons, and weaker than the than the wall breaking mons. Maybe remove 10 from special attack to give 5 HP and 5 defense to make it very, very bulky with very high attack. I think that will make Machamp a threat. I also think Machamp, like Alakazam, should get a regional variant to get another typing. I think that will be amazing. That's about it. Those are some very cool mons that just need some slight touches just to keep up with power creep. I mean, Victory Bell is also a mon that suffers from power creep. Because overall it's fine. It gets almost everything in it. I think I'll give it the exclusive move of the hunting, the Fire Leash move. Oh, it has 100 special attack. Why do we have so much special attack? I'll take a 10 and give it to its attack. Then I'll give 10 extra and gets 125 attack and fuck the world. It's 500 and I can still give 15 to its speed and 5 to HP. And 5 to defense. It still wouldn't be broken. It will be an amazing choice. It will be, no, speed only 80. This thing with 125 attack needs to be slightly slower than Mega Venusaur. Than Venusaur, I mean. So it's a choice. You want the Venusaur that is slightly faster, or you want Victory Bell that is much stronger, but it's physical. And physical moves have other kinds of limitations, Fire Leash, it's 80 base power, while Weather Ball, it's 100, for example. I don't think this guy gets any. He gets knockoff, while Venusaur abuses Earth power. So I think making it like that, only 80 speed and less bulky than Venusaur will make a cool choice between them. That you'll see a lot of teams going back and forth with them. Now, Tentacruel is also a very cool mon. It does suffer a bit from Genuinitis, like, look at its stats. It just suffers. I'll remove 10 attack to put on defense. And then give 20 special attack. Maybe make 55 attack and 105 special attack with 75 defense. That would be just fine. The only other thing that I could see it getting is some kind of recovery move, Maybe give it an exclusive move that is a poison type move, like 8100 that drains HP. Because it's an exclusive move from 105 mon, it can go a bit stronger, but it's still not that deep. Now Golem. Golem is another cool mon that I like very much. It just sucks that it's kind of unusable. They did boost its attack by 10. I think it was Gen 7 as well, or Gen 6 I think. Which is a nice buff. It does run these stats rather well, but then again, it's still missing. 525, so I can still work with 30. And you know where I want to put this 30? On its speed. Yep, just on its speed. So it's 75 speed, and the Alolan as well. This benefits more Alolan than it does the regular one, but can still Choice Scarf him and stuff like that. Because if you wanna go with the Trick Room one, just go with Rhyperior, and use this one a bit faster. Maybe remove 10 from 5 from special attack and make it 80 speed. So it's a decently fast mon that can do stuff. That's about it really. Now Rapidash is kinda mon that oh, it has 500 BST? What? I thought it was much weaker. No, I never mind then. I will remove Runaway. It's fine on Ponyta because it's a baby. But when it comes to Rapidash, I don't think it fits in very well. I'll give it an exclusive ability because it's a unicorn. Maybe give it to the Galar version as well, which is physical contact. No, just contact moves will drain HP. It will drain 30% of damage dealt with the physical move, and that ability will be ignored if it, for example, uses Wither Blade. If you use Wither Blade, it just recovers to 50%. Okay, it doesn't stack. It's overwritten. Just a small stuff like that, because it will do damage with Flare Blitz and Wild Charge and recover some of it, which is very cool. It also gets access to Drill Run, and it should always get access to Drill Run. Those three moves by themselves are fine. Now, I could give it a secondary typing, but I think we need some more pure mons, so I'll give it 10 extra speed and 10 extra attack, and then 5 extra HP. Maybe remove 10 special attack, put it on defense, so 70, 80, 80, 110, 115 in. With that ability, it makes a perfect fine mon to use and abuse. Nothing that crazy. Now Slowbro, it obviously wants to learn teleport, but when you look at its stats, they are lacking. They are lacking, not by a lot, but they are lacking. I obviously give it 10 extra HP. 105 HP makes it perfectly fine with 500, and still I'll give it like 10 and 5, 515, and still maybe 5 and 5. 80, 115. The third one to buff in its family line is Galarian Slowbro. All the others are fine to buff small like this. Because this Pokemon is almost perfect, but just those small touches, and maybe give a teleport back, and it's fine. It has perfect move pool, other than missing teleport, and with these small adjustments in its stats, it becomes what it's supposed to be, a slow tank. Now Magnemite, it has an evolution later on, so that's when it's going to get it. Farfetch, I mean, do we need to touch this thing? Because they made it around to give it an evolution, so I don't think anyone wants to touch this thing. Other than an evolution, it shouldn't be touched. Now Dodrio is also an almost perfect Pokemon. It should get Axle Kick or something. I don't think it gets any. Let me see on Gen 9 what fighting moves it gets. Because I know it gets Low Kick. I mean, it gets Low Kick is fine. Yeah, it only gets Low Kick. I guess Low Kick is fine because it got Jump Kick on this gen, on Gen 7, which was very, very good. Now, one thing that sucks from it are the abilities. None of them are good. I'll remove, once again, I'll remove Runaway because it's an adult. The baby could have Runaway. Now, what could I give to this thing? I could give it adaptability and make it crazy powerful. It's stat-wise. If it gets adaptability, it doesn't need extra attack, but no, not adaptability. Doesn't really need anything that extreme. I actually never thought about it for Dodrio. What can I do to make it good without making it broken? I mean, Tough Claws could work. It does have some very strong claws to run. You see, it gets Jump Kick on this version. Or maybe it add that ability that gives it a boost on the critical chance. But then again, I mean, it gets Slash, and Drill Peck will get that buff. It still won't be, it will be not much of an usable ability. I'm really stuck on what I should give this guy as an ability. Knockoff, Spawning Tantrum. I guess I could give it the ability I want to give to Jolteon, which is an ability. It's pretty much an expert belt. That's fine. Give it an expert belt as an ability because it's not as normal moves, so it doesn't make that much. Now it still needs to get at least 40 extra stats, especially because Dodrio is a late game Pokemon. Which level does it evolve to? 31, and you get it. No, actually you get it before Snorlax. Actually, but doesn't matter. Some 40, like 5 attack, for example, and then maybe 5 attack and 5 speed to make it just above because its stabs aren't the greatest. And then 15 HP and rest on defenses. And that's about it really in terms of buff. Now Diogong, he needs an evolution. He just needs one. I mean, there's nothing, I can't touch this thing. Just evolve it, please. Make it slightly better by evolving it. Muk is once again an almost perfect Pokemon. It has pretty much almost perfect abilities. Almost pretty much perfect move pool. It only really wants to get Recover. Which actually makes sense to win because it's a sludge. You can, just pull itself back together when you hit him. So Recover is a good move to have. And it needs 20 extra stats at least. So obviously I'm going to give it 10 extra to its attack, 115. Then 5 defense and 5 HP. 100, 80, 100, and 115. It becomes very, very powerful, but not broken. Now, our boy Cloyster, or our girl, depending on how you see. Bivalve Pokemon, okay, Bivalve, okay, I got you guys, I got what you meant. Now, move pool wise, it's perfect. It just is. Just needs, I mean, doesn't even need stats. It doesn't. I mean, I could give it like 5 extra attack, or take out 10 defense to give to attack, and be on my merry way. Maybe remove 10 special attack to put on the special defense. But it's a very hard mon to touch because it's very, very powerful. That's about it really in terms of Cloyster. Now Gengar. Gengar is also on the lines of the trade Cool Mons that only gets 500 BHT, and it's falling off because of that. But there's not much you can touch. Maybe 10 HP, 10 defense, and 5 special defense. I don't want to increase its speed because it's already annoying, and its special attack is already perfect. Move pool wise, what does it need? And he got Nasty Plot. Maybe I think he only wants a stronger Ghost move, but I cannot give that to him. Now Onyx, it evolves. Now Hypno, once again, is an evolution with a secondary typing. That's pretty much all that he needs. You know, maybe make it a physical attack since he gets physical attacker, since he gets inner focus and has only 73 special attack, so it's the same. Maybe make it a physical attacker and make sure that he has Psychic Fangs. Now the other king, I mean, I know some people want to give it the steel type, but I don't really see it with the steel type. I see it more with the rock than steel type, but overall I think maybe make a regional form with the secondary type, but I think this one is perfectly fine with the pure water typing. Not everyone needs stuff like that. What I will give Kingler, however, will be 5 extra speed to get the base 80, which is the wall breaking stats. So it's 580, can still give it 30 HP. It's still 510. And then 15 extra special defense, so it's 525, which is still fine. I don't think you can catch Krabby that early, actually. So with all of that, becomes a fine Pokemon. You get Scrap Armor, which is a very powerful move, but I also think it gets Liquidation, right? Let me see what else does it get. Okay, he needs more move pool. You know, I think he gets Rock Slide. Yes, gets Rock Slide, gets X-Scissor, all meaningless moves. So give it Liquidation, give it Ice Punch. You can, come on, you see Crab's Punch. I mean, it is a shrimp that punches, but it's almost the same. So give it a punching move, strong punching move. Give it Night Slash, if it doesn't have it already. It gets knockoff, so it doesn't really need Night Slash. Endure, Agility. I mean, Close Combat could be something to make him better. Here it is, Liquidation. Stomping Tantrum is also a fine move to have. Yeah, just some small coverage moves, and it becomes a very fine Pokemon. Now, Electro, I was extremely disappointed with the new version of it, because it didn't give really anything but secondary typing, but come on. Here it is. I think it should have Dazzling Gleam, because it makes a lot of light, so giving it Dazzling Gleam makes perfect sense. Its abilities are meh, but they're hard to touch. So obviously, I'll give it 15 special attack and 5 defense. And that's about it. That's literally all that this guy needs. You know? Doesn't need anything else. Now, the Funny Boy Executor was once a staple in Gen 1, and it has fallen off. Now, it has a high BST, very high BST, and for some reason has Chlorophyll as an ability, and Harvest. To be honest, I will not give it Chlorophyll. Not with 55 speed. Nowadays, even with double of that, which is 4 460, it's still easily outspeed with a Joy Scarf. So there's no point in giving it Chlorophyll. I'll give it Solar Power. You know, the new buffed Solar Power, and I'll change its stats a little bit. I definitely remove 20 attack. To be honest, I'll just swap its attack with its special defense. Because of course I will. That way it gets bulky. Then I'll remove 25 from its speed, make it base 30. Obviously I'll give 10 to HP, 5 to defense because I want it to be bigger, and then the rest to special attack. It's still not great. Like, you should get Weather Ball at least to help him with Solar Power. And some small stuff here and there. I mean, doesn't need Dragon Pulse, to be honest. I get some Moonlight and Synthesis to recover HP. Its move pool is fine, so just give him those things, Weather Ball and stuff, and with those small buffs he becomes a fine Pokemon. Now Marowaks, I mean, they have fine abilities, not great, but fine. And they have a powerful item that gives them a boost to its attack, so overall I will just buff its HP by 30, so 455. No, it's a mid-game Pokemon, so I can buff it a little bit. You can get a lot of strong stuff in mid-game. So 455, 90 HP, instantly bulky, and then 5 and 5, and maybe 5 here, and it gets below 500, which is okay because it's a Trick Room Mon. Or I can just put like 20 extra on special attack and call it a day to get it 500. I still want it to be below because of its item that is broken. And that's about it really. They both become very strong. They don't need anything else. Now the Hitmons. They are very weak. 455. So personally, I'll give them an evolution to all of them. Obviously the evolution will give them a secondary typing. So I'll leave that if I ever want to make a video Pokemon that need to evolve. I just need that these two need to evolve. Let's be real. As well as this one, because this one just cannot keep up with Power Creep and VGC. And that's about it. Liquid Tank evolved, so not here. Now, when it comes to Wheezing, a bomb on its stats. Just that. You know, remove some attack. I'll remove like 20 attack to give it to its special attack, so it gets 105. Then I'll give it 15 HP and 10 special defense. Just these small buffs overall will make it much better. Because already gets a good move. It gets Flamethrower or Fire Blast at least. Will-O-Wisp. It gets Pain Split. It got Pain Split back, you know. It has Thunderbolt and stuff, so yeah. It has a perfectly fine move pool with Daze and stuff. It has amazing abilities, so it doesn't need to worry about things from that regard. So yeah, very good mon with those buffs. So again, it gets an evolution, so I'm not going to talk about it. Same. I mean, it has a pretty much perfect Mega, but it's still a bit weak, you know. How much attack does it get? I mean, I can give it 20 special attack, I guess. It gets 5 and 10, and then I can give it 5 HP and 10 attack. And maybe when he Mega evolves, it only gains 5 attack and gets 5 extra special attack. Okay, so it only gains 5 attack when Mega evolving. Now just to give it a little bump. Like, you can do it, boy. Just say that I also buff it. Because of the power creep, he might need those buffs. Once again, Kingdra, I'll have a lot to say to Kingdra when it comes to that gen. Now, when it comes to Seeking, it needs to evolve. Such a late mon on the deck, such a rare mon for no reason and no stats, no nothing. Like, it has an okay attack for an early game, but it has no bulk. I mean, okay special bulk, with bad physical bulk, bad speed. Like, it needs a secondary typing, let's be real. And some bump on the stats, a big bump. So, Its design is also not great, so having an evolution would really help him out. Now Starmie is an amazing Pokemon that fall off due to power creep. As you can see, it has very high BST, although it doesn't seem as much. It does seem a lot more than most of monsters we've shown so far, but not as much. So obviously I'll swap its attack with its HP, first of all, and then I'll give it 10 extra BST to its special attack. That's about it really. Doesn't need anything else with 75 HP and those defenses, and then 110 special attack, 115 speed. With its move pool, it's just an insane mon. Now Mr. Mime, I mean, I'll give it an evolution. I mean, they gave us Mr. Rhyme, so evolve Mr. Mime. You know, it has okay-ish stats, so it's a little bump. It can work. Saita got 2 evolution, so I don't want to talk about him. Now Jinx, I really want to evolve Jinx. I really do, actually. You know, giving it more speed, more special attack, a bit more bulk. That's, yeah, like 55 and then 80. Like 55, 80. So from this 20, 35, 35. Yeah, you can still bump this up a little bit to like 110 and whatever they want, like 5 special defense, 110 special attack. They could bump it really well. Give it Tower Sphere and call it a day. I mean, its abilities aren't that great. I mean, dry Skin is fine, but not great. You know, they could give it an ability that's like Guerrilla Tactics but to special attack. So it just enters, deals damage, gets out with like 110 speed and 120 something or 130 special attack. Becomes amazing. Now these and these ones are for Gen 4. Now Pinsir. Can I buff Pinsir without going overboard with Mega Pinsir? Of course I can, because I can just call the stats back to special attack and call it a day. So Pinsir is now the side coin of Heracross, and it's lacking. When I look at its stats, it really only needs like 20 HP and 5 special defense to get into that middle ground, you know? Okay, maybe 15 HP and 10 special defense. Yeah, you can just remove the 10 of special defense and put it on special attack for the Mega. It's still a very big buff to the Mega because it actually gets an attacking stat. Now our boy Tauros. Obviously I would want the new versions of him to get back to 110 speed, but I'll buff this one. Give it 110 attack. With all of the things it has, makes an amazing mon. So 110 attack, then 10 extra HP, now 85, and 10 extra special defense. And we have an amazing mon. Maybe 10 extra special attack just to give it like use stats. And that's about it. Now, the amazing Gyarados. Now it has like 540, right? Yeah, 540. I cannot really touch his stats. They're too perfect. The only thing this guy needs is a reliable flying stab move, so just give him that. Please give him a like 80 or 90 base power stab move. Like buff Aerial Ace and give it to him as well. Like why not? That really is all Gyarados needs. And give it Power Whip back as well. And that's about it. Now, Lapras. A very amazing design. I already put it a comment somewhere. So I want this thing to evolve. Make it the Ashula of a region. Give it swap Shell Armor for Magic Ward. Then give it at least 20 extra special attack. Now make it 110 and then like 5x HP and buff its defenses. So it actually becomes a pure tank. Maybe give it, movable wise, just give it recover. And then watch the world burn. You know, it still has a bad defensive typing, so it becomes a powerful tank with a life orb and a magic ward and recover. So giving it stuff like Surf, Sparkling Area for VGC. Ice Beam or Freeze Ray, and gets also Thunderbolt and Psychic, so with those combinations, it's a very powerful threatening one. Now, Ditto. Honestly, I'll go crazy and give it 38 HP. 78 HP. I mean, seriously. Give it 78 HP and becomes a menace. Now, the evolutions. I think Zoltan's first, right? Let's see. Nope, it's Vaporeon. God damn it. Now, I obviously give all the evolutions mid-tier ability, because Eevee actually gets it, if I'm not wrong. I think Eevee has 3 abilities, yes. Adaptability, Runaway, and Anticipation, so give it a middle ability. Now, Vaporeon is an almost perfect mon, to be honest. It is. Maybe give it 10 extra stats. I will swap them around a little bit. I'll, for example, make this stat 55 and make defense 70. It's really all Jolteon needs in terms of stats. Now, it does need recovery. It gets Wish, but that's fine. Now, because of what is on the Pokédex, I think Regenerator is able to make sense for Vaporeon. It just makes. Now, one thing that could work is give them all a Mega. That gives them their secondary type. But other than that, I mean, I don't think they should give them now. So, just as a Mega, and that will make them fine. Next is Jolteon. As I said before, the ability is an Expert Belt. I will give it a learning. It already has a learning voice. So the only other move I will mind it getting will be Water Pulse, the buffed one. I mean, I could go crazy and make Eevee learn all of these basic moves and just make these guys super powerful, but just that buff, and then it will be 10 less attack, make it 10 more HP. And that's about it. Jolteon becomes an amazing mon that can target some weaknesses to deal extra damage. And then we have Flareon. I think Eevee should learn Extreme Speed. Its ability is already fine in Guts, so I don't think I need really to give it anything extra in terms of abilities. So maybe Guard Dog. I mean, the Guard Dog actually is a very good ability for Flareon. It does look more of a dog than most of the evolutions, so there's that. Actually, only thing, Flareon and Jolteon look like a dog. And Jolteon, no, I mean Umbreon look like dogs. Everything else looks more like foxes or cats. So yeah, there's that. Obviously, I would like to give it a grass move, but I don't know which one to give. I mean, I know the weak one, 50 base power one that boosts speed, but that's about it really. Oh shit. I mean, I'll obviously swap the special attack for HP, then remove 10 to give it its speed. That needs to be done, guys. Come on. Flareon really needs that buff. Now, another not as easy one to buff, because he does get Shell Smash. Oh, I'll buff its speed to 70, and then 10 extra HP, and it becomes incredibly dangerous, guys. Ice Beam, I'll give it Power Gem if he lacks it. With Shell Smash. Why? Shell Smash? Shell Smash, Power Gem. Surf and Earth Power. I think he has Earth Power, right? I think I saw him having Earth Power before. Yeah, he does. He does. He does. He doesn't get Power Gem somehow, but give it Power Gem, obviously. Now, Kabutops, I would like it to be a super threatening mon in Rain. So I'll give it 10 extra attack, 10 extra HP. I still have 10 stats. So 5 special defense, 5 speed. So it's an insane mon in water. It pretty much already has a perfect move pool. I think it has Liquidation. I think it has Rock Slide and Stone Edge. I mean, maybe give it Stone Axe, but that's too much, guys. That's about it, really. If you want to not make it a Swift Swim, you can always give it Sharpness as an ability instead of Weak Armor, which actually will benefit it a lot more, especially with Speed Boost that I would give it. Liquidation I think gets boosted. He has Aerial Ace, Stone X, and stuff like that. Now Aerodactyl, one of my favorite mons. I mean, if they weren't cowards, they'll give it Brave Bird and Net Smash. Then I'll give it 5 extra attack and 10 extra defense. You know, but obviously, if they always got the boost, obviously that. You know, I think also it needs a Cell Rock, for example. It's more than enough for him. If it got the LS buff, a Cell Rock, those stat changes. I mean, Aerodactyl itself will be fine, but Mega will be super, super, super strong. You know, it will spam Aerial Ace, maybe Drill Run. I think it should also get Drill Run. And then Cell Rock to pick up when Dragon Dance set. It will be just amazing. Now Snorlax. Once again, suffers a bit from Genuinitis. I don't really know what I could give to this guy. I think a regional variant with a better typing would really help him out. Because stat-wise, I mean, it has 65 defense from 160 HP, like, it's still good. It's still good, like, I really cannot touch this stat spread. And move pool-wise, what is it missing, you know? So yeah, Snorlax is fine. I guess its abilities could be a bit better, you know? But they all make perfect sense for the mon that it is. You know, immunity because it eats so much, it's immune to the poison. Trick Fat da, Gluttony da. You know, maybe, I mean, it's very hard. It's a mon that always shows up when not very expected. Now, Articuno, I'll change Snowcloak. I'll make it ability like Solar Power, but for Ale. In this case, Snow. You know, 30% boost of special damage on Snow. I mean, if I could, I'd remove 10 attack to put on special attack. With that ability, will be good. He does learn Water Pulse, I think, on this end, so giving it the buff of Water Pulse as well would also make it very, very good. You see, he gets Water Pulse. And that's about it, really. He gets Roost, give the Defog, give all the birds Defog back. And that's about it. Zapdos, I will only give it one thing, and that thing will be Icy Wind. I think it makes sense for all of them to learn Icy Wind. Oh, and obviously the buffed Air Slash. All of them will get the buffed Air Slash. Just makes sense, you know. And with that, Zapdos, we're perfectly fine. You know, just one more move to snipe people with. Moltres is the same, you know, the buffed Air Slash. It will already be getting the powerful. I mean, it has Lava Plume. I don't think it has Lava Plume. It has Flamethrower. Mystical Fire will definitely give it to him. Whatever. It gets Scorching Stance. That's the move I'm thinking about. Very good. With Roost, Defog. And it becomes amazing. Maybe just swap its attack with its speed. You know, maybe remove. Maybe make 90 special defense, 100 speed, 85 attack, for example, and it's fine. Now, Dragonite line, I already talked about it on another video. So if you want to check my pseudo legendary buffs, to see what I'll give Dragonite. And the last one that I'm seriously going to talk about is Mewtwo. What is making Mewtwo stand down from the current metagame? It's obviously being an offensive Mono Psychic type that limits its offensives, but its abilities also lack. I mean, Unnerve in VGC is fine, but it's not great, so obviously I'll remove Pressure and give it Magic Ward. While in VGC, you think, hey, Magic Ward isn't that good. No, but free Life Orb, no Sandstorm, so I can combine it with Tyranitar and other Sunforce users and Sunrush users, for example. You know, to help counter Kyogres and stuff like that, and Groudons. You know what I mean? And with that, becomes amazing. For example, I'll change Seed Fast to Inner Focus on the Mega X. That's all it needs. And Mega Y. I mean, why? Why Insomnia? I mean, just keep Magic Ward at this point. You won't really benefit as much regular Mewtwo, but just keep it. And Mew, I mean, just give it recover on its learning move pool. That's all it needs. I mean, it's not a legal Pokemon to use in the game online, so it doesn't really matter to buff it that much. So, hope you guys like these small buffs, and see you next time.